Trump derangement syndrome is a self-inflicted curse. It makes people oppose anything Trump does, even when it's good for America. In this video, we're covering some of the biggest victims of TDS, starting with the craziest of them all. Rosie O'Donnell is patient zero of Trump derangement syndrome. Her sickness goes way back to 2006 and she's never gotten better. Fast forward to Trump's presidency and Rosie basically made hating Trump her full-time job. In 2017, she even tweeted, "I fully support imposing martial law," delaying the inauguration until Trump is cleared of all charges. Yeah, she really said that. She's had meltdown after meltdown ever since. She even took the time to bash Trump last Thanksgiving, saying,
"Well, hey everybody, it's Thursday, Thanksgiving." I'm trying not to obsessively stay on my phone. When I'm anxious, I feel the need to talk to strangers. Isn't that odd? And you can't forget what he's capable of, people. You can't forget. He's an adjudicated 20-something women, right? This is not a sane person. This is a madman. You got to get ready for what's coming. But trying to stay on the happy side of life and not obsess on that either. But it's hard to avoid it when it's so blatantly obvious when you look at the parallels that we have been here before. When democracy falls, fascism takes its place.
And then on July 4th, 2025, her TDS went into overdrive. While President Trump was celebrating at the White House, Rosie posted a gloomy TikTok reciting the Declaration of Independence about abolishing the government.
Governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. But whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it.
So yeah, she basically hinted that Americans should overthrow the government because of Trump. Totally unhinged. President Trump fired back on Truth Social, mocking her and even threatening to revoke her citizenship, saying,
"Because of the fact that Rosie O'Donnell is not in the best interests of our great country, I am giving serious consideration to taking away her citizenship. She is a threat to humanity and should remain in the wonderful country of Ireland if they want her. God bless America."
All in all, Rosie's entire identity is now defined by hating Trump. This so-called ex-comedian has become a cautionary tale of TDS and the effect it can have on your brain and appearance. Howard Stern once had the most listened to radio program in America, with a loyal fan base backing him. But around 2016, Howard started showing symptoms of Trump derangement syndrome. Back in the day, Howard actually used to be friends with Trump. Trump was a frequent guest on the Stern Show and always brought the entertainment. The episodes with Trump were always my favorite. But ever since Trump got political, Stern has completely lost it. His radio show turned into a mouthpiece for the DNC. In 2016, I remember Howard complaining that Hillary wouldn't do his show. He even claimed that her going on could have moved the needle with white men. But I don't think so, because he lost white men in the first place by backing Hillary, but I digress.
I don't know why I couldn't get an answer out of that campaign. And I tell you, I approached a lot of people who know her personally, who were actually responsible for the campaign, and all I got was the runaround. Oh yeah, thank Howard. I was being worked. And I'm a pretty smart guy. When it comes to interpersonal relationships and things. And I know when I'm being played. Oh, you tell Howard thank you. Yeah, we don't think right now, but maybe soon. Fuck you. I'm doing you the favor. You got it all backwards. I'm allowing you to talk to my very male audience, very much the audience that doesn't understand Hillary. And I'm allowing her to come in here, and I will guide her through an explanation of why she's important to them. I'm giving you a gift. Don't make me sit there and look like a... And that's what happened. And I suspect it was that attitude that did her in.
Fast forward to now, 2025, Stern recently said, "I hate the people who vote for Trump. I think they're stupid. I have no respect for you." When Howard picked a side, his once loyal audience started tuning out in droves. Stern's ratings collapsed, reportedly plummeting from about 20 million daily listeners to only 125,000. By late August 2025, rumors swirled that SiriusXM would cancel the Howard Stern show when his contract expired. transpires. As of right now, his show's Twitter account has a post saying Howard will now speak on Monday, September 8th, and many, including myself, believe this will be Howard announcing his retirement. Once wind of this hit the internet, many rejoiced. Even President Trump couldn't hold himself back. When asked about Stern, Trump joked,
You know when he went down? When he endorsed Hillary Clinton. He lost his audience. He went down when he endorsed Hillary Clinton.
In my belief, I think Howard seriously messed up by going full lefty. He alienated his fans, sank his ratings, and now faces an uncertain future in radio. And sadly enough, Stern is only the first of my childhood favorites on this list. But don't worry, it's not the next one. Alleged comedian Kathy Griffin is a classic TDS casualty. In 2017, she infamously posed with a fake severed Trump head in a photo shoot, a stunt so gross it imploded her career overnight. She got fired from CNN, lost endorsement deals and tour dates, and even tearfully admitted at a press conference that Trump broke her and she feared her career was over.
I don't think I will have a career after this. I'm going to be honest, he broke me. He broke me. He broke. And then I was like, no, this isn't right.
Years later, paparazzi photos caught her looking practically homeless, which is actually one of the major symptoms of TDS. By 2020, Kathy was effectively blacklisted from Hollywood, and even still, she couldn't let the Trump stuff go. After Trump's 2024 comeback, Kathy's condition only worsened. Similar to patient zero Rosie, Kathy went on an unhinged paranoid TikTok rant warning that Trump will kill trans people.
Hi, you guys. It's the day after the election, and I am eating my feelings. I don't think that our beloved country, America, knows what it's in for with a fascistic society and dictator. And the fact that the boys should be just as worried, because if you're really living in sort of the Trumpian, Christo-fascist, megachurch, I think Trump is stopping child trafficking, QAnon world, then if your son gets a girl pregnant and they're both 15, then you, of course, will force that they marry and keep having as many Duggars as possible. And I know this will get me in trouble, but I really, really wish Taylor Swift had done an event with Vice President Harris in Pennsylvania 2 months ago. We're in this together. Open-minded people that are loving. We're not in it together with the other team that wants to kill trans people and have more guns in grade schools. No.
Once apparently a successful comedian, please show me the proof. Kathy Griffin is now remembered mostly for her Trump obsession. Her TDS drove her from D-list to, well, no list. Now this one's unfortunate. Actor Robert De Niro is a Hollywood legend, but mention Trump around him and he completely loses his mind. De Niro has gone on profanity-laced rants about Trump at award shows and on live TV, to the point where it's almost his identity. His first major TDS episode occurred in 2018 at the Tony Awards. De Niro took the stage and went on a bizarre rant about Trump, getting a standing ovation from the liberal crowd.
Robert De Niro.
I'm going to say one thing. Trump. It's no longer down with Trump, it's Trump.
This became headline news, overshadowing the awards itself. In 2016, right before the election, De Niro went on an unhinged rant as a part of the Get Out the Vote campaign. He said he'd like to punch Trump in the face. Here it is.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face.
On CNN in 2019, De Niro couldn't contain himself and dropped the F-bomb multiple times, shouting "fuck him" about Trump supporters at Fox News on live television.
This guy should not be president, period. And when you say that, folks on Fox come after you. I remember the Tonys when you got up there and cursed. A lot of criticism of you.
Fuck 'em.
Okay, well, you know, this is cable,
Sorry.
so it's not an FCC violation, but it is still a Sunday morning.
De Niro's Trump hatred is so intense that it often eclipses anything else he's doing. He used to be known for Raging Bull, now he's known for his raging bullshit about Trump. The man went from one of the greatest actors to male Karen grandpa shouting at clouds, or in this case, at Trump. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a unique case. The action hero and former Republican California governor was a vocal Trump critic for years. He sparred with Trump on Twitter, like moments when Trump teased Arnold for low Apprentice ratings.
Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't voluntarily leaving The Apprentice. He was fired by his bad, pathetic ratings, not by me. Sad end to a great show.
And Arnold fired back. But after January 6th, Arnold released an emotional video calling Trump a threat to democracy. He's been pretty anti-Trump overall, definitely a severe case of TDS for a while. But in 2025, Arnold did something surprising. He actually showed signs of recovery. He went on The View, of all places, in June 2025, and the host tried to get him to bash Trump's immigration policies. As an immigrant himself, Arnold was expected to slam ICE and Trump's deportation efforts. Instead, Arnold stunned them by defending law and order on immigration.
I'm not governor anymore.
But you know, as an immigrant yourself, you are an immigrant. You're an immigrant in this country. Yeah. Did you have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing, when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was impressed by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world could you do that. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know? So you got to do things legal. And those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest. And you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can. Keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America, then I have to give something back. You have a responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs, Special Olympics, or whatever it is. Make this country a better place.
The liberal hosts were flabbergasted. You can see Joy Behar's smile freeze on her face. One of them even reached out and touched Arnold's arm like, hey, okay, stop now, because he was demolishing their narrative.
And I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can. Keep things clean.
And to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do.
This answer went viral and was widely praised by conservatives. It was like the Arnold of old, common sense, pro-America showed up. It's especially funny because it happened on The View, a show practically dedicated to daily Trump bashing. Now, does this mean Arnold is cured of TDS? Maybe not fully. He still dislikes Trump's style and has criticized him in other ways, but it shows that Arnold's principles can outweigh knee-jerk Trump hatred. He's able to agree with Trump's policies where they make sense, like enforcing immigration law, instead of just reflexively opposing him. That's a healthy sign. If more Trump critics were like Arnold here, willing to be fair and not hysterical, we wouldn't have so much derangement going around. It really pains me to say this, but Eminem. Back in 2017, Eminem decided to wage war on Trump through a freestyle rap aired during the BET Hip Hop Awards. He performed an a cappella freestyle called The Storm, where for 4 minutes, he hurled insults at President Trump. The bars, well, they weren't exactly his best work. Lines like,
"That's an awfully hot
coffee pot.
Should I drop it on Donald Trump?
Probably not.
That's all I got
Until I come
up with a solid
yeah, it didn't hit like he thought it would. But if you thought that was bad, how about any fan of mine who's a supporter of his? I'm drawing in the sand a line you're either for or against. In other words, Eminem did what Howard Stern did, but a little more on the nose. He literally flipped off half his fan base and said he doesn't want them if they like Trump. This might be the least strategic move in the music industry, and that says a lot. Sure, that rap got some applause from Hollywood and the media at the time, but a lot of actual fans found it corny and alienating. His next album flopped hard, and guess what? Eminem later admitted that the anti-Trump freestyle backfired. On a 2018 track, Eminem rapped, "I watched my fan base shrink to thirds. Was it even worth it?" openly regretting how his phrasing drove fans away. He even said if he could do it over, he might reword it because he realized he went too far. But by then, the damage was done. A lot of core fans felt betrayed that their favorite rapper was essentially calling them idiots for their beliefs. Eminem's aura took a huge hit. He started being seen as another preachy celebrity. His subsequent releases haven't had the same cultural impact, and many cite that 2017 TDS outburst as the turning point. Only time will tell if Bunny Rabbit can hop back on the charts. And that's it, folks. 6 celebrities suffering from TDS. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to get notified for when part 2 comes out.